Hello and welcome to episode, I believe, 13. I could be wrong. Episode 13 of the K&A Football Podcast. Today we're doing our Week 3 pick'ems. As always, we will be 100% correct, guaranteed. We hope you guys enjoy, and welcome to episode 13. All right, Caden. Week 3 is upon us. After an incredible Week 2, there was a lot of upsets, a lot of crazy stuff that happened. I was very wrong in all of my picks. I think I went I don't even know, 3 for 16. It was bad last week.
Yeah, you were pretty bad.
It was bad last week. Maybe 4 for 16. I did really bad, though. It was really terrible. But after a sensational Browns-Steelers game, Week 3 has officially begun. So, what are your thoughts for this week?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's the weekend. We're going into football. So, I mean, it's always the best time of the week. It's literally like what gets me through the week at school is knowing that Sunday's coming up. So, I'm excited.
Good. Those are good thoughts, good words of wisdom we have from Caden.
I'm a little bit tired right now. I just woke up 2 minutes ago because you came into the room and blasted music in my ear. So
yeah, little baby goes crazy early in the morning.
I'm so tired. All right, let's go.
All right, let's jump into it. First matchup of the week. Debbie, drum roll, please. Steelers-Browns. This one already happened. A sensational game, to say the least.
Actually, wait.
Wow, Debbie's backtracking.
We're good.
Debbie's forward tracking.
I'm glad you have so much energy this morning.
I have an insane amount of energy.
Making up for me right now. All right.
Browns-Steelers, sensational game. Zero offense from either team. It was actually a lot more offense than I ever would have thought.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of...
What's Debbie doing with the screen?
Debbie. Backtrack, Debbie.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's me.
It's Debbie. It's not us.
It's all me.
Hashtag fire Debbie. Get it started. Get the train going. Anyways, there's more offense in this game than I ever would have thought. I heard a lot of commentators saying that the only losers to this game would be the spectators.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be 0 points scored and it was going to be terrible. But it actually was not that bad. And it was actually a pretty good game. Browns ended up winning, as they should, because the Steelers suck.
Yeah. I knew, deep down in my heart, I knew that the Browns were going to win, but I wanted to keep it different. And I was just like, you know what, like just in case the Steelers do win, I kind of want to have the different pick. And obviously, they didn't win. And so I think from now on, I'm going with my gut every time. I don't care if we have the exact same pick for every single game that week. If I think they're going to win, I'm going to pick them. I'm going to make it different. So I'm going to pick the other team.
It sounds like you were confident on Thursday. You were so confident because you had such a lead. I think you had 17 correct picks and I only have 10.
Yeah, exactly.
You had such a lead that you were like, we can give up a Thursday game.
Yeah, that's right. Even though it's only week 3 and I really can't be just
You really can't
stupid.
be doing that. It could be squandering your points.
But yeah, like you said, both offenses weren't great. I mean, Steelers' offense is awful. They need to bring in Kenny Pickett as soon as possible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then the Browns have a good respectable run game. Their run game is awesome. Their offense is respectable.
Yeah.
And their run game is what makes their offense. So that looked really good. Steelers were hurting without TJ Watt. So
yeah, for sure. The Browns defense on the line didn't do very much. They had no pressure on Mitch Trubisky. George Pickens had probably the catch of the year.
It was amazing.
Respect to him being compared to Odell's catch back in 2013. 2013, 2016?
I think it was 2016, yeah.
It could have been 2016. Yeah, it was a great catch. Probably catch of the year.
It was amazing, yeah.
Pretty good game, too.
Yeah, it was actually a good game.
A little shocked.
I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
But
now the Browns should be, at the end of this week, on top of the division.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll find out. All right, let's jump into the next matchup of actual Sunday games. Bengals, Jets. Who you got?
The Jets won this game last year. The Jets are 1-1. They beat the Browns last week, and the Bengals are 0-2.
Yeah.
I don't think it's early enough to. No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's. I think it's too early to give up on the Bengals. I think that they're still a good team, and they've just had a couple fluke games. I think they'll get it right. They still got Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and T. Higgins. They're still an amazing team. And the Jets, I mean, I don't think they can replicate back-to-back wins. I don't think the Jets are very good. The Bengals, I still think are good. I still have hope for them, so I think the Bengals will win pretty easily. They'll finally get back on track. Like, they need a win, and I think they'll get it.
Yeah. No, I'm on board with that as well. I mean, to be completely honest here, this is a pick that I would not mind losing. I would love to see the Bengals go 0-3. I just don't think it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing is, the Jets got lucky last week with their win against the Browns. Like, did they play well in the last 2 minutes? Yeah, of course, because they ended up winning. But they got lucky on the onside kick. They got lucky with a couple other things. They got lucky that Cade York missed the extra point. Like, there were just a couple things that just went their way. Do I think it can happen again? Sure, anything can happen. It's football. But I think the Bengals are the better team. Like you said, it's too early to give up on them completely. We're only 3 weeks in. There's still a lot of football left to be played. So I'm going to take the Bengals as well.
Yeah. I think it'll be... I think the Bengals will beat them pretty soundly. I think that they've had a lot... Like, they've heard a lot of hate, too. Like, from just the media and the fans. Like, I mean, I know this doesn't mean much, but Joe Burrow went out and deleted all his social media, saying he's trying to just get his head straight and like focus on football and not have any distractions. So I'm sure they're all trying. Like, they obviously want to turn the tide and get back on the winning track after going to the Super Bowl.
Right
now, they're 0-2.
Yeah, take notes, Kyler Murray. Remove distractions, focus on football. So yeah, we both take the Bengals on that one.
Video games.
All right, next one, Debbie. Saints. Panthers. Matt Rule's potential final game as a Panther if he plays poorly. Caden, I'm going to let you talk about this one a little bit.
Okay. We shouldn't win the game at all. We have Matt Rule as our coach. I talked about him on Monday. Go back and watch Monday's episode if you want to hear my thoughts on Matt Rule, because I'm not repeating them.
Monday's rant.
No, it wasn't a rant.
Monday's calm, rational discussion.
But we shouldn't win this game at all. Okay? But, like, I know this is probably 100% just because I am a Panthers fan, but my heart is telling me that I can't pick the Saints over the Panthers. And I'm like, they're not good. The Panthers are not going to win this game. Like, I can tell you that with a fact, because Matt Rule is our coach. But I cannot physically pick the Saints over the Panthers. Like, my heart is telling me the Panthers are going to pull this one out. Alvin Kamara is questionable. He might not play.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston, their starting quarterback, is questionable. If he doesn't play, we should win. They don't have a quarterback against us then. Like, I mean, granted, we don't have a coach, but, like, I mean. And then Jameis Winston in his career against the Panthers is, like, the worst. Like, he plays the worst against the Panthers against any team in his career. Like, he's bad. He's thrown so many picks. A lot of them were when he was on the Bucs, but still, when we played the Saints last year, we got 2 interceptions off of him, and we kind of steamrolled the Saints. We weren't good last year with Sam Darnold. And now we got Baker, and I feel like, I mean, Baker's an upgrade over Sam Darnold. We still have Matt Rule as a coach like we did last year. I think that if there's one fluke game that we're going to squeak out, it would be against the division rival. So you can call me weird. I mean, call me crazy. I think I am crazy because there's like a 1% chance that this happens, but I'm going to pick the Panthers.
No, I can see it, especially if Jameis is out. You guys should win, but you also lost to
Jacoby Brissett.
I was going to say Jacoby Brissett. You lost to, why am I blanking on his name? Daniel Jones.
Well, Jacoby Brissett is also a backup, is what I was
Jacoby Brissett is also a backup, but I think he's better than Daniel Jones. Either way, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to take the Saints on this one. If Jameis Winston doesn't play, I think you stand a better chance of winning for sure.
I'm not sure about that, James. I'm not high on Jameis. I don't think he's very great.
I don't think so either, but he's clearly better than the next guy up.
Okay, yeah.
So if he doesn't play, you should win the game. Emphasis on should. Like you said, Matt Rule will find a way to mess it up. He always does. I'm convinced at this point he doesn't actually want this job and he just wants the payout. Just looking for a job at Nebraska.
I get more money.
Yeah. But I'm going to take the Saints on this one. I mean, they haven't looked great these last couple weeks either.
That's true, but neither have we.
But right. But I'm still gonna take the Saints on this one.
Yeah, I mean, good pick. I could definitely see it happen. Like,
Yeah.
they were picked by literally every expert when they did their picks. So, but one person I am really scared of, who the Panthers haven't had to play in a couple years, is Michael Thomas. He's looked really good his first 2 games back. And I'm really scared of Michael Thomas. I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully the J.C. Horn can contain him for the most part. But
yeah, Caden's nightmares is just Michael Thomas running routes all over the Panthers.
Running
secondary.
slants all over the Panthers. That's all he does. But
nice. Well, we split on this one, so we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a right pick for one of us. All right, Debbie, what we got
unless
next?
they tie.
That's true. If they tie, it's at 3 points if you pick a tie. All right, Lions, Vikings.
You go first.
Okay. All
'Cause
right.
I already know who I'm picking, but this is I've thought about this.
I'm like, I feel like I'm so far back. Anyways, does that mess with the audio, Debbie? Okay.
Lions and Vikings.
Lions, Vikings. This is not that hard for me. I'm going to take the Vikings. I feel pretty confident in that. Are the Lions good? Yeah, they're good. I don't think they're as good as the Vikings. Kirk Cousins cannot perform on Monday nights for some reason, and so they looked terrible on Monday night. I think they're going to bounce right back. I think they're going to be just fine. No problems. I could be way off, and they could completely fall off, but I don't think so. I think the Vikings are going to continue to be good. I think the Lions are solid. I think they'll make it a game. It'll be close, but I don't think they'll win.
Yeah. I think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback when he plays on Sundays, and this game is on Sunday. And so I think the Vikings should win this game. Like, they got Kirk Cousins playing on a Sunday. They got Justin. That's really sad to say, but it's a fact. They got Justin Jefferson. But the Lions have looked really good. They've scored the second most points per game in the league. They're only behind. Do you know who they're only behind? The Bills.
Really?
They've scored the second most points in the league. And they play the Eagles, who are a good defense. The Eagles, who held this Vikings team to like 10 points.
Yeah.
And then against Washington, who, I mean, you can say what you want about Washington. They're still hard to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
I think the Lions have looked really good. I think the Vikings should win. I think the Lions will be able to get the upset. I think they're riding a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
After a game they should have won week 1 against a good Eagles team, and then a nice kind of blowout win last week. I think the Vikings are like, oh, like that was bad. Like Justin Jefferson just got locked up. Kirk Cousins did awful. They're probably like, well, but I think the Lions are riding a lot of momentum, and I think the Lions will go and squeak out a win. I think it's going to be a really close game. I'm looking forward to this.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah.
You should tune into this one. This is going to be a
divisional
good one.
game.
Yeah. Divisional games are always the best.
Right.
We split again.
I know.
Not like last
I
week.
think there were a lot of splits this week. There was a lot of 50-50 games.
Yeah.
But we also said that last week.
We said that last week.
All same games.
Picked every wrong game.
That's true.
All right. Kansas City and the Colts.
I have a feeling we're not going to split on this one.
I feel like we're not going to split on this one, so I'll let you go first.
The Chiefs still look dominant without Tyreek Hill. They're 2-0. They beat the Cardinals and the Chargers.
Yep.
And the Colts have looked the opposite of dominant. They tied the Texans, and they lost. No, they didn't lose. They got decimated by the Jaguars last week.
I did not just lose. They got decimated.
Yeah. I don't think there's any way that the Colts win this game.
Yeah.
I think if you're playing that bad against bad teams, how are you going to even put up a fight against a team like Kansas City? I think Kansas City steamrolls them. And the Colts will be 0-2-1.
0-2-1 is a terrible record.
It is awful.
But yeah, I'm going to agree. Wouldn't they be 1-1-1?
No, they're 0-1-1 right now. So if they lose, they'll be 0-2-1.
Oh, I see. My bad. I'm good at this sort of thing, guys. This is why I'm in the chair. No, I completely agree with you. Kansas City should steamroll them. It should look a lot like the Cardinals game, week 1. They absolutely pummeled them. I don't understand why the Colts are not better.
Doesn't make sense.
On paper, they should be one of the best teams in the league. We both thought they would be. But they're just not. I don't get it, but they're just not good.
Yeah, I mean, I picked them to win their division. I mean, obviously it's only week 3,
Yeah,
But
still time to turn things
I
around.
mean, if
but
you're
it looks
losing
bad.
to the Jags and tying the Texans, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a good sign.
No, not at all. So yeah, we're gonna both take Kansas City on that one.
Yeah.
As it should be.
The only saving grace for the Colts is their division is probably the worst in the league. The Titans are 0-2.
Yeah.
The Jags, I mean, I guess the Jags did whoop on them, and then the Texans tied, but they can still take their division.
Yeah.
I mean, any team still can, but
yeah,
it's only week 3. But
yeah. All right, Debbie, hit that slide. This is gonna be an interesting one, okay? Because you have the Dolphins, who I have not wanted to pick the last 2 weeks because I don't believe in them. They're forcing me to believe in them. And you have the Bills, who look like the most dominant team in football ever. Like, they're incredible. So, you've been high on the Dolphins. Do you waver and go to the Bills, or do you stick with Tua via Tiny Hands Loa?
what? Okay, the Dolphins have looked good. Like, I mean, I've been riding with them both weeks, and they haven't let me down. Tua's looked great. Their receivers look great, but the Bills have looked better than great. Like, they've looked like just call off the season and give them the Super Bowl trophy now. Like, they're that good. Like, they've been amazing. They steamrolled the Rams, and then they steamrolled the Titans last week. They didn't even play their starters in the fourth quarter, like the whole fourth quarter, because they were up by so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to do it because I think the Dolphins are a great team, and I still do think they are, but I don't think that they or like close to anyone can compete with the Bills this year. And I think the Bills will win. I think it won't be a blowout, but it'll be, I don't know, 7-10 range.
7-10.
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to be high scoring?
No, 7-10 like point.
Differential.
No,
okay,
yeah,
I got you.
It'll be a super high scoring game.
Okay.
But like the Bills will win by like 7 or 10 points. And I hate to do it because I think the Dolphins are great, and I still think they are, but they're not the level of the Bills.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I hate to make it look like I'm a Dolphins hater because I don't believe in them, but for 3 weeks in a row, I'm not going to pick the Dolphins, and I'm going to take the Bills this week as well because they do look like the best team in football. I can't imagine a scenario unless they go like 0-5 in which I don't pick the Bills to win a game the rest of the year, unless they play the Browns. Did they play the Browns? I picked the Browns to win that one. But no, the Bills look fantastic. I'm going to take them to win. Unfortunately, both of these teams are undefeated, so at the end of this week, we're going to have a defeated team again. Unless they tie. They won't, though. Bills are going to win.
Yeah.
Deborah.
Oh,
Move our. Oh, by the way, shout out to Harold Mansfield
Facts.
for making our fire.
Making this slideshow.
Yeah, for all our picks. If you're not watching on YouTube and you're listening on Spotify
anything,
podcast, flip over to the YouTube. We have a really cool, nice graphic behind us with all the games. So we don't have our little Plinko board behind us. So
Plinko board.
What's it called?
It's a cork board.
Cork board.
Yeah, we were getting some hate for the cork board because it looked bad, in quotes. If you couldn't see it very well. So Harold Mansfield kindly created this slideshow for us that we will be using the template for probably the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So shout out to him for that.
Facts.
All right, Raiders, Tennessee.
2-0-2 teams.
2-0-2 teams.
Are supposed to be good.
It's true. Who are you taking?
Both of these teams are supposed to be good, and I still think the Raiders are good and the Titans, but the Raiders, they choked a 20-point lead last game against Arizona. Should have won.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. The Titans lost to the Giants pretty bad, and then got obliterated by the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who they played? Yeah. And then I just think the Raiders have played better teams and are the better team, and they've lost by less than the Titans. So I think the Raiders will win. I think they're the better team. I mean, Derrick Henry has looked really bad. He hasn't done anything all season. And if he's not doing good, then their team's not doing good. Like, they got nothing else around him. So Derrick Henry really needs to be that for the Titans, and he hasn't been this year. So they're not. I think it's hard for them to win if Derrick Henry's not rushing for 150 yards a game.
Yeah.
And I think the Raiders with Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Waller are a lot better team than the Titans are. So I'm going to pick the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. I mean, the Titans have done nothing. They lost to New York, which they're supposed to be a bad team. They lost to the Bills, which I can't really hold that one against them because the Bills are a fantastic team. But they got stomped on. They didn't even put up a fight. The Raiders, like you said, they played better teams. They played the Chargers. They made it a game. They did choke against Arizona, but I don't ever really hold chokes against teams because that just means that like you played well and then in the last little bit you did something wrong, like mentally or scheme wise you did something wrong. So I don't really hold that against teams. So like you said, I think Raiders are the better team. They should win this game. It's been a crazy couple weeks so far, so anything could happen, but I'm going to go with Raiders.
Yeah.
Next slide, Debbie. Baltimore, New England.
No way the Patriots win this game. I'm going to say that. I said that last week with the Steelers, but the Steelers' offense is awful. And the Ravens' offense is not awful. And they still have a good defense. So
that was really deep.
That was deep. The Steelers' offense is awful, but the Ravens' offense is not awful.
That's good.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Put that on like an inspirational poster.
No, but I mean they got a really good defense. The Patriots' offense is awful. I think that they'll, even though they don't have a top 3 defense in the league, but they can still easily shut down the Patriots' offense because their offense is not good.
Yeah.
The Steelers and the Patriots have very similar offenses, in my opinion, both really bad. And the Ravens' offense is, I mean, phenomenal. Lamar Jackson looks amazing this season.
Yeah.
And he's somehow making their receivers look great too. So I think the Ravens steamroll this game.
I agree. I hate to agree with you on so many picks.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to have a lot of different ones today, but
Well, we still have a couple picks left. But yeah, Ravens in a landslide. New England has no right winning this game. They barely squeaked one out against the Steelers. Just saying something. And the Ravens put up like 4,000 points last week against the Dolphins. Ended up losing.
and choked.
They did choke it away, but they still put up a bunch of points. Lamar Jackson looks electric, proving why he should be paid. I mean, that's his goal this season.
Did you see the thing? Lamar Jackson liked the tweet about him to the Panthers. I mean, it means nothing, but people like to run with it. I was running with it.
Yeah,
I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, we're getting Lamar Jackson.
You just got Baker Mayfield.
Huh?
You just got Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I know. I don't hate Baker's done fine.
Yeah, but yeah, Ravens in a landslide.
Yeah.
They should blow them out of the water here.
Yeah, I don't see that any way that this is a close game.
Yeah. Eagles football team. I am taking the football team. Kidding.
I was about to say.
Kidding. Taking the Eagles. Eagles look phenomenal. They look like a team to be reckoned with. They're also 2-0.
Yeah, they are.
Yes, they're 2-0. So they're undefeated as well. They look good. Not as good as the Bills. I would argue not as good as the Dolphins. But they're good.
Thankfully for them, both of those teams are in the AFC.
I know, right? So I think the only undefeated team in the NFC.
No, the Giants also in their division.
Oh, that is true. That's incredible.
in the Bucks.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. There are a couple undefeated teams still.
Yeah.
Well, the pool will slowly get smaller.
Right.
But yeah, Eagles, they should win this game by a lot. Jalen Hurts looks phenomenal. A.J. Brown looks incredible. They're just overall a really good team.
Yeah.
Not much else to be said. They should destroy Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts looks like he's made like a jump from last year to this year.
Yeah.
He looks like a star quarterback now. Like he's looked great. And their defense is phenomenal too. And now with the addition of A.J. Brown, their offense is just electric.
Yeah.
If we could redo our this team, our predictions and stuff, I would have them going to the Super Bowl out of the NFC because they look so good. I think that they will. It's really early in the season, but they've looked really good against good teams. They destroyed the Vikings on Monday night, and then they put a lot of points up and beat the Lions, who I think is a pretty good team.
Yeah.
So Washington lost to the Lions last week. Good team, but and then they barely managed to beat the Jags.
Right.
Carson Wentz, he's looked great somehow. He's looked a really good quarterback the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they have enough power to compete with the Eagles. The Eagles will win. I think it's going to be a really high-scoring game, and it'll be closer than some people think, but I think the Eagles will win.
Yeah, I agree. Carson Wentz revenge game.
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean he played in Indianapolis too. So
Well,
it's a
yeah,
little
but like
removed, but
his
still.
whole time was pretty much.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I didn't think about that.
he won a Super Bowl with him.
He did.
All right, Bears, Texans. Who you got?
I know who I got, and I know that you're probably going to pick them too, which makes me mad because this is definitely a game we could split on. But the Texans, they had a huge lead against the Colts and choked it away. They hung with the Broncos last week. Oh, man. Just me saying that makes me kind of want to actually go back and pick the Texans. I think the Bears none of these teams are good. I mean, people are saying they might be some of the worst couple teams in the league. But the Bears, they beat the Niners week 1, and then they didn't play good against the Packers. Kind of got a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Rodgers does own them.
Yeah,
so.
they're playing. They're playing their dad. So
Yeah.
you can't really do anything about that. But I don't think the Texans are good. They got Davis Mills at quarterback. If you're looking at Davis Mills and Justin Fields, I mean, you got to look at more than just the quarterbacks. But I'm taking Justin Fields 10 times out of 10. I'm also taking David Montgomery over their running back. I'm taking pretty much everything on the Bears. I don't think the Texans are good. I think the Bears will win. It's going to be kind of like a sloppy game. Like, again, like the only losers of this might be the spectators. But I think the Bears will win.
Really?
You're not picking them?
No.
Wow. Let's go.
When you said that we were going to pick the same one, I was like, wow, he's picking the Texans. I didn't see that one coming because you're a huge Justin Fields fan. So I thought that your love for Justin Fields was going to overtake your common sense.
I do love Justin Fields. I gotta get home and put on the Justin Fields Buckeyes jersey before the game tonight.
But yeah, I'm going to take the Texans. I don't know. I think they have momentum. I mean,
after going 0-2?
Yeah, but they played like well-ish. 0-1. But they played well-ish. You know, the Bears did not look good. I don't know how the Bears played good against the 49ers. It was literally just because the field was wet. Like, not even wet. They played in a swimming pool that entire game. I'm going to take the Texans in this one. It'll be close. It'll be low scoring. It'll be sloppy. Lots of interceptions. No offense.
Justin Fields doesn't throw interceptions.
Justin Fields doesn't throw interceptions. Yes, he does. Especially on the Bears when his receivers can't get open.
Right.
They start forcing throws. But yeah, I'm going to take the Texans. It's going to be close. It's going to be ugly. Don't tune into this game.
Mm-mm. I mean, I'm still going to watch it.
I mean, yeah, I watch every game. But Texans for sure.
We'll see.
Jags. Chargers. Taking the Jags. Kidding. Again. I'm not taking the Jags. Nah. Chargers. Will it be close? Probably not. What's the update on Justin Herbert?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So he was questionable all week. Chargers were favored by like 7, and then yesterday, Friday, the money line. I guess it's just the money line. Doesn't matter. It shifted like 4 points. So I don't know if something else came out about Herbert. He's listed as questionable. So I think it's a huge difference if he plays or doesn't play.
Yeah.
If he plays, they steamroll the Jags. I mean, they're better in every aspect.
Yeah.
They have a great quarterback. But if he doesn't play and Chase Daniels plays,
now we have a game on our hands, folks.
I mean, I still think that they win because their skill positions are better and their defense is incredible, but it'll be closer. But
yeah,
I don't have any faith in the Jags. I think that the Chargers will win.
No, I agree with that.
No matter who their quarterback is.
Right. Regardless of the quarterback, the rest of the positions are good enough that they should be fine.
And their defense can probably just like score all their points if they had to. Just get a couple pick sixes or something.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence is just going to feed them. So yeah, Chargers on that one. All right. Cardinals versus the Rams. This is an interesting one. Who you got?
Well, the Rams haven't looked good. Both of their games, they got steamrolled by the Bills, and then they almost choked the lead to the Falcons. It's kind of funny, but the Cardinals riding a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
Man. I'm going to go with the Rams because that's just what my gut's saying. My mind is saying pick the Cardinals because they're riding momentum and the Rams haven't looked good. But the Rams are the better team. Aaron Donald is going to feast because he always feasts against everyone because he's Aaron Donald. Cooper Kupp, great receiver. I mean, They're the better team. Cardinals aren't. I really don't see how they came back last week. I'm still shocked that they came back and won. So I think it'll be a fun game to watch, but I think the Rams will win. No real reason, just better team.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Okay.
I'm splitting on this
That
one.
makes me glad that I picked the Rams because I was gonna pick the Cardinals, but then my heart was like, pick the Rams.
He hurt his heart telling him to pick the Rams. But I'm going with the Cardinals here. Neither teams looked fantastic. The Rams should be looking better. Should be. At least they're not looking as bad as the Bengals. But I'm going to go with the Cardinals just because they're riding momentum. They looked pretty good in the last quarter of football last week. Only the last quarter.
Only the last quarter of the
Kyler Murray still looks like an angry toddler. And I think that sometimes an angry toddler can get the job done. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
Sunday night game.
Sunday night, Green Bay. Is this Sunday night? Isn't this the 4:25 game?
This is Sunday night.
Is it? Okay.
I think. Wait, I could be
I
wrong.
think it's the 4:25 game.
I don't know.
Or one of them.
A game.
A game on Sunday at some point. It's not Monday. We know that.
Packers Bucks.
Yeah. This is interesting because somehow the Buccaneers are going into this with the worst receiving core against Green Bay.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Which is interesting because Mike Evans got suspended for, getting in a fight with Marshawn Lattimore last week. He got suspended, so he's not playing.
425.
It's the 4:25 game. Yeah, I knew it.
Oh, wow. I was way wrong then. What's the 8 game?
The 8 game is some no-name.
Oh, it's the
game.
Broncos and the Niners.
Yeah.
You're right.
I guess that's not divisional, is it?
And Cowboys.
They have 2?
That's on Monday. No,
That's
on
Monday. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
here's what I think. I think the Buccaneers are the better team, and they should win. I'm going to take Green Bay, though. No real reason. Again, it's a feeling. I don't think Green Bay is the better team. I think Green Bay should lose this game. I don't think they will, though. I'm going to take Green Bay.
Yeah. If you would have told me going into the season that this game, the Bucks were gonna have the worst receiving core than the Packers. I mean, Packers' receiving core is pretty bad, but the Bucks are trotting out there like
Can you name one receiver?
Julio,
No, Julio, but
who might be hurt by halftime,
right. He's washed and hurt all
and
the time.
Scotty Miller, who he's been kind of like a guy.
He's been a guy.
He's been
a warm body.
He's been
on the
there.
roster.
He's the guy who's running up and like, here, Mike Evans, here's your water.
Yeah.
Here, Tom Brady, let me shine your shoes real quick. So, I mean, Tom Brady, he hasn't looked great this season, and now he doesn't even have his weapons.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers, I mean, Packers haven't looked great either, but they at least have their weapons, quote unquote. I mean, all their
Right.
players are healthy. They got Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, who I think are great running backs.
Yeah.
I think that they can control the game with their run game. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's going to be like kind of like a field position game, like they're like trying to like outsmart the other.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting that you say that because both of the Bucs games so far have been low scoring field goals, field position type games. Kind of interesting. Maybe it'll be another one. We'll have some questions for the Buccaneers.
So I think the Packers will win. I mean, they got all their players healthy. And,
Yeah.
And they are not suspended, and the Bucs are trotting out a bunch of backups. I mean, they gotta. I don't think the Bucs will be able to do that with an old Tom Brady.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Falcons, Seahawks. This is a game of terrible teams. Who you taking?
All right. So Geno Smith looked great week 1, and
Mhm.
then awful week 2. And Marcus Mariota and the Falcons had a huge lead week 1, choked it, and then we're getting killed, and then came back. And I think the Falcons are going to win. I think Kyle Pitts is a great tight end, and he hasn't gotten involved, and they're going to try to get him involved, hopefully. So, I mean, if they do get him involved, that opens up so much because he's like a whole out of this world like talent that can open up so many things. Drake London, their rookie receiver, showed out last game. Hopefully, like that just continues for him, and he becomes a I mean, hopefully it doesn't. I would hate for him to be a phenomenal receiver for the Falcons, but he's looked great. I think that he'll just continue to get better. I think Mariota's better than what people think. I mean, he was a first overall pick for a reason.
Yeah, well,
And like
so is
he's
Demarcus Russell.
got the rushing upside, and he's got good receivers that he can throw to. I don't think their defense is great, but they're going up against the Seahawks, so you don't need a great defense.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Seahawks in this one, actually. I like patterns, and I'm smelling a pattern here. Geno Smith looks good week 1, bad week 2. He's going to look good week 3. You never know. DK is healthy. He's involved. So I'm gonna take the Seahawks. It's gonna be another, in my opinion, it's gonna be another low scoring, boring game.
Really? I think this is going to be our high scoring one because both offenses are all right, but the defenses are both pretty bad. So I think it's going to be high scoring. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
2 pretty bad teams.
Yeah,
but
interesting.
sometimes those are the best games because no one cares.
It's true. All right,
The actual Sunday night game.
Actual Sunday night game. San Francisco against the terrible, terrible looking Broncos. I forgot to mention on Monday's episode that the Broncos crowd was counting down the play clock.
I saw that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, they were counting down the play clock so that they didn't get another delay of game penalty. Incredibly bad.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, so, I mean, the Broncos haven't looked good. Nathaniel Hackett, their head coach, has looked really bad. Like, I saw a thing the other day, and it was a poll. It was like, who gets fired first? Matt Rule, Nathaniel Hackett. And I was like, if you're really putting Nathaniel Hackett in the same, like, tier as Matt Rule, 2 games into his coaching career, with, like, a great team around him, like,
it's bad.
That's really bad. So he's not, he might not make it past this season if they don't live up to expectations. He's not looked great. Jimmy Garoppolo is back at the helm for the Niners, and they've looked great every time he plays for them. I mean, went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, went to the NFC Championship last year. I think a lot of the team is happy that he's back. I think a lot of the players like him over Trey Lance, and they can run their offense better with like their running and then play actions every now and then because Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't throw the ball much. So I think with the Broncos struggles and Jimmy Garoppolo being back, I think the Niners will win.
I agree with that. Are the Niners the better team? No.
Nope.
Do they deserve to win? No. Are the Broncos playing like trash? Yeah, they are. So I'm going to take the 49ers. Like you said, the team's happy that he's back. There's been a lot of videos that they're real hype. They're real happy he's back. I mean, he's been with the team for years now.
He took them to a Super Bowl.
Right. So, like, players remember that. They're grateful for that. And so, having him benched for a no-name guy that then breaks his ankle. Sorry, Trey Lance. I'm sorry for that, Wish he could have stayed healthy. Wanted to see him play. But Jimmy Garoppolo being back, I'm going to take the 49ers.
Yeah. With the way that Trey Lance is playing so far, I think this is almost like the best case scenario for the Niners this season. Trey Lance didn't look great in week 1, and he wasn't looking great in week 2. And now they got their previous starting quarterback back, who they obviously have, they've done stuff with. So
yeah, who's going to make $250,000 to $350,000 per game that he plays this year?
Because since he was supposed to be a backup, every game that he played, like more than 70% of,
more than 25% of.
Oh my goodness, he gets like a big bonus, like an incentive, and at every win it's an extra like 100,000. Which I mean, he's making millions. You can be like, it doesn't matter, but it adds up. For a 17 game season, he's gonna make he's gonna make a lot.
Yeah.
There's a Monday night game.
Debbie does not.
Debbie,
there he goes. All right, go to work, Debbie. All right, this is an interesting game. I'm interested to hear your take.
Okay, Cooper Rush.
Oh, Cooper Lush with those luscious locks. No, Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
Off-brand Cooper Cup.
Yeah, Cooper Rush looked good last week. They looked good last week. Micah Parsons destroyed the Bengals offensive line. But the Giants are 2-0. They
against.
I mean, you can think what you want. They beat the Titans. Good team. They contained Derrick Henry really good. Yeah. I mean, they did what they had to against that. They did what they had to last week against Matt Rule and the Panthers. I think for the first time in like a long time, the Giants are going to be 3-0. Yeah, I think the Giants, they're riding a lot of momentum. Like the city is hyped that they're 2-0 in New York on a Monday night against literally their most hated team.
Yeah.
The stadium is going to be loud. The team is going to be hyped. Their coach is great. I mean, they've been awful for so long, and you can think what you want about the teams they've played, but he still has to turn it around.
Yeah.
Last year, they're not beating either of those teams.
Yeah. It makes me sad that you picked them because I'm also going to go with
Dang,
the Giants, man. It's like they're riding all that momentum. They don't look terrible. Did I make fun of the teams that they played before? Sure, but still, now you're playing a backup quarterback, and like, I don't know. They're not the better team. Dallas should win this game. They're probably projected to win this game by
I would think
a bit, but I'm gonna go with New York.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna win this one.
What's crazy is on paper, this is probably the worst team that you're playing so far.
Yeah,
Titans look good on paper. Panthers roster looks good on paper.
Yeah,
and now you're playing a backup quarterback. I mean, on paper, this is like, oh, we're playing a backup quarterback now. We beat two decent rosters. Like, we should be able to do this. So I think that they will, and I'm excited because the Giants might actually. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be great. They've gotten a little lucky, but
yeah.
I mean, first time they'd be 3-0 in my lifetime. So
yeah, for sure. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do it. I'm kind of rooting for them a little
yeah,
bit.
I'm definitely rooting for them too. Debbie, do we have all of our results? We do.
Well, but first.
Oh,
First, Debbie.
Oh my!
The Patriots defense is bad, and the Ravens defense is not bad. Quote Caden.
Debbie made a nice little
It's a very inspirational
little quote with a nice little landscape in the background. I'm gonna set that as my wallpaper screen.
That's deep, man. That's deep.
That is deep. I'm gonna frame that. Can we print that off?
It's really good. For only $15.95, that too can be yours and hang on your wall.
DM KNA football on Instagram.
All right, so these are all of the picks. Debbie, for some reason, has them lined up in kind of a weird format.
Yeah. No, but it's all right.
It's fine. It works.
We'll adjust this for next week.
Yeah.
We didn't.
This is our first experimentation
Right,
with this.
right.
Looks great. Again, shout out to Harold Mansfield for that.
Facts.
Really good. We're really excited to not have the corkboard.
Don't have to stand up and put
Don't
up
have to
this
stand
thing
up
every time.
Look weird in front of the camera. But no, this is really good. So you can see all of our picks. Again, let us know what you think.
Trying to see how many we're different on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, where's our picks for these games?
They're like they go above.
Oh. I didn't see these ones. So we got 1, 2, 3,
4, 5.
4, 5. All right.
5. That's
5
more
out
than
of
last week.
16 games.
Well, 5 out of 15 games because the Steelers.
Oh, right.
Browns
I
already
split on that one too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's go. But yeah, those are our picks for this week. Hope you enjoyed. As always, feel free to DM us, comment on the YouTube, anything, what you agreed with, what you think of Caden's inspirational quote, what you disagreed with. Yeah, we're looking forward to the weekend, looking forward to football, and we will see you guys Monday. Thank you for watching another episode of K&A Football. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and you can listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
If you want to listen to our last video, literally just click our page and go to it. You're already on the page. It's not that hard. Just go find it. Peace.